Presenting for Team Musana, please welcome Patty Nsubuga, who's studying mechanical engineering at Makerere University in his native Uganda.
Okay.
Patty, welcome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good, it's so good to have you here today. How are you feeling?
Slightly nervous, but ready.
You're gonna be great. We can't wait to hear your presentation. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Yes, my name is Patty Nsubuga, team leader Musana. One may be wondering what Musana is and why Musana. Well, Musana means sunshine, and why Musana? Wood fuel contributes to more than 80% of Uganda's biomass fuels, making it the most reliable source of energy for cooking. Considering our take-make pollute system, wood fuel imposes pressure on the country's forest cover, resulting into considerable wood fuel-driven deforestation. This is a problem being recognized nationally following the recent special report titled Wood Fuel Takes Lead in Forest Destruction by the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. Knowing that the Stone Age era did not end because we had run out of stones, we are here to present a game-changing, innovative solution that will gradually transition the formality of using wood fuel to renewable and sustainable ways of cooking. It's time I presented to you Musana stove. With no battery, we use solar and water to fuel cooking. Given that wood fuel-driven deforestation is surely a wicked problem, it is worth appreciating solar cookers that have been successful. As seen outside Uganda, Sun Oven bakes, boils, and steams food in about 40 minutes. Gosan makes a meal for 2 people in just 20 minutes. And Sun Bucket, using nitrate salts, charges for 2 hours, attaining up to 400 degrees Celsius, which lasts for about 8 hours. In Uganda, there is no locally manufactured successful solar cooker. However, due to the availability of the market, Solar Connect Association imports different solar cookers. And in July 2017, they declared to have sold over 250 solar stoves monthly. During our research, there are 7 major reasons as to why solar stoves have not been adopted. These include cooking time, tracking the sun, marketing and dissemination, misleading sites, times of cooking, not targeting the right customers, and expensive to purchase. As such, during the design of our products, we have put the above into consideration so as to build assurance of product adoption. For the Musana stove, we are using copper heat pipes, steel, aluminum, water, and a silver coating. All these materials are locally available, recyclable, and we acquire them at low cost. A glimpse into our circular solution: we assemble raw materials to make the stove, which is then leased to customers for 5 years. When the stove breaks down, it is repaired by our sales agents, whom we have trained, and then returned to the customer, of which for the irreplaceable parts are collected for recycling. On the other hand, at the time of disposal, that's after 5 years of usage, we acquire the stove to reuse the raw materials as the customer is being given a new one, which is discounted according to the physical state of the submitted used product. Under the reusable and recycle stage, we reuse the raw materials or sell them off to the recycling companies. Clearly, our company will be making money from the stove sales, that is $5 per stove, repairs, collected materials from recycling, and not to forget our startup funds coming from this prize. During our prototyping, we have considered computer-aided modeling and practical tests for the technical feasibility of the solution. Our first test was to prove the concept of a focal point and temperature are the focal point. While we were successful at proving the concept, we were not successful at the results due to the limitations of an inappropriate thermometer and a rough reflective surface. But we did not give up. Considering the responses from the judges, we made a second test with a better thermometer and a more reflective parabolic surface we bought from Shumuk, an aluminium manufacturing and recycling company. From this test, it took us 60 minutes to raise the temperature of water to 79 degrees Celsius and 20 minutes to fry an egg. From here, we are going to test our thermal storage media concept, which requires quite some amount of funding, given that it needs buying materials, modeling from the workshop, under full support of the technician. And then we are going to develop a fully standardized prototype of the Musana stove. We shall then set on the path of bringing this product on the market to revolutionize the cooking system in Uganda and beyond. The implementation of this product will lead to a 45% reduction in wood fuel consumption, reduction in carbon release to the environment, 40% of household savings, which will be used for other purposes such as education and purchasing food safe. And then there will be improved social life, especially among women. This is Musana stove. This is Paddy, Catherine, Environmental Engineering, Makerere University, Martha Naroga, Business Administration in Kyambogo, Ruth Akuru, Economic Trades Policy, Ndejje University, Ibrahim Chikomeko, Mechanical Engineering, Makerere University. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Patty. Wonderful presentation. Thank you so much for your incredibly innovative ideas with multiple wins. So while we wait for our judges to chat for a few minutes, Patty, you've told us that your goal after graduation is to be self-employed and start your own company. Can you tell us more about that? And how has Wege Prize helped to motivate you in that next step?
In the participation of Wege Prize, we have come to realize that the challenge with products is the design, how products are designed. And so we look forward to implementing this, and probably we would join the train of revolutionizing of how products are being developed and then how they're consumed in the market while embedding a circular economy. So yeah, it has been of great experience to understand what a circular economy is and the profits it brings back to a company itself, and probably the environmental conservation that comes along with the circular economy. Yeah, and being self-employed, yes, I see this becoming one of a company that is revolutionizing, because currently we have got an identity through Wege, and radios are talking about us and solution, and they're looking forward to seeing the standardized prototype, of which we shall not let them down. So I see this as a very great opportunity to set onto the path of becoming self-employed with purpose.
Fantastic. Congratulations on already having that kind of positive attention. I hope it fuels you to continue what you're doing. Looks like the judges are ready to go. So judges, take it away.
Hi, thank you very much for the presentation. It was excellent. And from your application, as well as what you presented today, the main missing piece for me is understanding what exactly you're doing differently from other stoves on the market, because solar stoves have been around for a long time, and there's a lot of different models out there and different so I'm curious why you are trying to reinvent it, in the sense of what do you think you can do better or cheaper, or what's your niche, and how far along, how close are you to having something that's functional?
The beauty is that with the different and various models of solar stoves being available, that alone gives us leverage of bringing our prototype to life. But what makes us unique and the niche of our product, probably I would say a company, is the way we operate generally as a system and bring products back onto us and keeping raw materials in use. That is the niche of our company that I would say.
And just to follow up on that, is your stove that you've made, is it fully functional? Is it ready to be sold? Or how, if not, how close are you to that moment?
Currently, we have proved the concept of what a parabolic shaped surface can do. And as you have seen in my presentation, we were able to fry an egg and probably raise the temperature of water. It is not fully something that we can now take out to the market and market. It is the reason we are looking forward to making thermal storage tests, which will increase the efficiency of our stove. And therefore, that is why I say that after here, we're looking forward to making a standardized prototype that will have the full concept as it is in the proposal.
Thank you.
I'd like to add to that also. We were all kind of wondering, so we were able to fry an egg in 20 minutes. Are you able to, do you just turn this on and are you able to come back in 20 minutes? Or are you having to stay there and then wait until it's of heat and then crack your egg? So what we were wondering about that.
Okay, given the materials we use are the reflective surface and the heat pipe doesn't take a lot of time to raise in temperature. The only challenge that we got that took us that a lot of time was the variabilities in solar, which we are looking forward to catering for in the thermal storage media part of the stove. So you will not need to wait for that a lot of time to fry an egg, because probably we are looking at meals that are even that need a bit more thermal energy compared to eggs. So on the improvement, that is something we are looking forward to improving in the standardized model of the stove.
Great. So building on something you mentioned earlier about the fact that the repairability of the stoves and keeping the materials of the stoves in circulation is one of the innovations you're bringing to the market. Can you talk about the incentives for people to get their stove repaired and return the materials for you, and how you plan to engage with consumers?
Yeah, on our plan to engage with customers, we are looking at direct customer relationships, where we are giving them full support and keeping up, following them up when they're using the product. So the niche that will make them bring the materials back to us is the fact that we lease, so they buy with full responsibility of repairs. But at the time, say at the time of repair, the people that are in charge of repairing are within their locale. They do not have to move long distances. Probably they will just have to go to our agents that we shall have trained. Then on the other hand, after 5 years, for those that say someone is not really willing to use the stove anymore, the reason they will have to bring it is because we shall give them money depending on the physical state of the product. But for those that will continue to want to use the product, it is that the new product is given to you at a discount of that product that you have submitted according to the physical state of the product that you have submitted. So we highly trust that this kind of model, and we'll continue to encourage the customers to bring the materials back to us for reuse and recycling.
Great, thank you.
Can you talk to the total sort of cost picture for people who use this, Patty? Compared to what they're using now, the price of the wood stove, the price of the wood ongoing, and the price of your stove. Obviously, people don't have to pay for the sun, but there's repair issues in both. Can you talk about the comparison between these, let's say over a year's time frame?
Okay, over a year's time frame. Considering the initial stove purchase, currently, talking of Uganda, people do not have solar stoves. Talking of a customer who is not using a solar stove, probably a normal charcoal stove, it is going to cost them $15 to buy that stove. And considering a daily expense of buying probably, say, charcoal, it is going to cost them $0.75, making an annual expense of $270 annually using a normal charcoal stove. But then with the Musana stove, it is going to cost them $41 initial purchase. And according to the design and the compatibility of the product during the development, maintenance, they will account for about $28 maintenance. Then considering the out of season costs, it is going to cost them about $135. So when you sum up out of season costs, the maintenance and repair costs, Musana stove will cost them about $163. So the difference between $270 annually with the normal stove and that of Musana stove of $163. This is something that will surely motivate them, and it is a comparison we can present unto them, and they see the viability of buying this product.
Great, thank you. So they save about a third of the overall expense over the year then?
Probably it's about 40% of their savings.
Great.
Just a quick call on that. So you know that there's other stoves on the market. Is yours comparable to other solar stove costs, or are you providing some sort of cost reduction on the basis of the maintenance and repair services that you're giving?
Yes. During our research, it is worth to be noted that one of the things preventing product adoption, especially for the solar stoves, is the purchase. They're expensive to purchase. So we are selling ours at $41, which is, and to those that cannot afford the stove on a standout, like right away, we have a purchase plan where they at least pay 40% of the $41, and then the other one is paid monthly. The rest of the money is paid monthly. So currently, back to your question, currently, where you have said that comparing the prices, yes, for starters, our stove is not as expensive as you would have seen in the presentation. And that alone pushes them could motivate them to go in for the product.
Hi, Patty, great job. I think one additional thing to think about are those $28 of maintenance costs that happen every year. It might be useful to incorporate that somehow into your payment plan so that people don't have a sudden expense when a stove breaks and needing to get it repaired.
Sorry, pardon me, I missed that.
Oh, I'm mentioning that you've thought about the initial upfront cost, but the maintenance costs are also fairly significant compared to the daily price of buying charcoal, for example. So it might be useful as a suggestion to incorporate the maintenance costs into your payment plan along with the purchase of the stove so that people don't have a sudden need to get the stove repaired and not have the money for that.
Okay. Thank you for the idea. We shall surely incorporate it.
Paddy, I see you plan to sell 600 in the first year, then 1,600 and about 3,000 in subsequent years. How are you going to reach these people?
Pardon me?
How will you reach these customers?
Okay, through our franchising model. We just need about 278 franchises from the start. And remember, we are not only looking at the Ugandan market, we are looking beyond Uganda, where we can franchise with people and partner with them outside Uganda. So it is not so hard a task to get 278 franchises on such a trail. So yeah, this is one way we look at achieving those statistics.
Okay, I think we've run out of time. Thanks very much, Paddy.
Okay, thank you too. Thank you too.
Wonderful. Thank you, judges. Great work, Patty and Team Musana. Wanted to comment on your team bio. Was particularly inspired, Patty, where you had written that in your team's research, you worked on the principles of the circular economy, and together those principles became implanted in your hearts. And those principles are something that you'll take with you through the development of this product and into the future, and that's so inspiring. So thank you so much for your excellent presentation.